Joined now by our GMAC Men's Tennis Athlete of the Month for the month of September. He's a freshman from Cedarville, Matt Brumbaugh. And Matt, first few matches at the collegiate level under your belt. Talk about the transition from the high school game to college game.
I think probably the biggest thing for me is just coming on to a collegiate team that has a lot of depth to it, really, which that was not always the case in high school sometimes. And we have a lot of guys who are very interchangeable at the top of our lineup, so that adds a lot of friendly competition in practices and challenge matches. So that just combined with the overall stiffer competition of the teams that we play in our schedule is probably the two biggest things that I've noticed transitioning.
One of your 5 matches this fall was against a future GMAC school in Findlay. Cedarville fell to the Oilers last year. But what was the takeaway knowing that you pushed them to the wire in the fall this year?
There's definitely positive and negative to take away from that match. It was great to have a competition with a great team like that and play at a high level. Obviously it's always nicer to win. So the fact that we came up just short, it just leaves like a slight bitter taste in your mouth. But yeah, like you said, that's a really good team that we've historically not done as well in the past against, and just the fact that we pushed them to make it as close as we did, I think just attests to the strength of our team that we have this year. So it's a lot of fun to play with them. So I think it was an encouraging result despite not being able to come up with a victory.
It sounds like you have some strong family prestige at Cedarville, including 2 family members in the school's Hall of Fame. If you could first run down the family tree of Cedarville athletics and the Brumbaugh family, and what advice have they been able to provide you?
So my grandma and grandpa on my mother's side, I think were the first ones who came to Cedarville. My grandpa was a 2-sport athlete here. He played baseball and basketball. And he then, later on, he was the athletic director here, I believe, for a number of years. And is still, heavily involved in the athletic program here. So it's obviously a very involved. And my dad and mother both came to Cedarville. I think my dad graduated in 89 and my mom maybe 91. But they both played tennis here. And so, that's obviously where I get the tennis from my mom and dad. But my grandpa, I think, was inducted into the Hall of Fame maybe a decade ago, and my dad a few years ago as well. So, obviously coming from a very involved family from Cedarville, they were all very excited when I made my decision to come here. And my dad has always been my tennis coach, so I'm just him being able to just give me pointers about what it takes to play at the collegiate level and the differences between that and high school, and what it takes to get yourself up to be able to play at that level has really been invaluable for me. Really, I think that's he's made me the player I am today for sure.
Excellent. How does your training and preparation change for the grind of the upcoming spring season?
So we go, basically it's, instead of practicing, hitting with the team nearly every day as we've done most of this fall season, it goes from not playing tennis so much, but really focusing on conditioning and training to just be in the best shape that we can when the spring season comes around. That just involves really just some running and weight training at the athletic center. And me and a couple guys have actually been getting up in the morning and boxing a little bit, just some boxing exercises. So that's great cross training. That's a lot of fun as well. So yeah, it's basically just a little less tennis. We'll still hit from time to time, once or twice a week, but more focusing on just getting ourselves just ready physically for the spring season.
Matt, great job continuing the family tradition, and thanks for your time this morning.
Okay, yeah, thank you for having me.